Hello everybody, my name is Charlie and you're watching another episode of EcksToo. So today we're going to go a bit more freehand and I'm actually going to show you one of my most favourite support loadouts to go as Rebels and as Empire. Now this is the one that I actually used to learn support and it's actually stuck around with me all the way through. There has been some deviations from it that I have been using and enjoying, but this is the main one that I use and gives me the highest win rate and points on the scoreboard. So I'm going to be showing you some gameplay and going it bit by bit and showing you how I play and any tips that I can give you along the way. So excuse if I do say some ums and ers during the script. I'm really going offhand here and no like word for word script that I usually do, so excuse if there's any breaks, etc. So without further ado, I'm going to show you my loadout. So if we go to customize the Starfighter, you can see that I'm running the primary laser cannon. Now the reason I run the primary laser cannon compared to the other two is because it's the highest amount of damage that you can offer for a support. So obviously your max DPS is 440 compared to 211, and this is iron DPS, so it's not exactly hull damage really. So this one is obviously the highest amount that you can do. Auto aim is also pretty good, especially when you're learning to fight against other starfighters as a support, so definitely go for the auto aim cannon if you feel that. It's also really good against interceptors compared to the standard laser cannon, so if there's ever a time where the meta is all interceptor, auto aim cannon will probably rise up in terms of popularity. So go for the standard laser cannon. For the next one, I go for the supply droid. This is a really basic auxiliary to use just purely because of how useful it is. You're able to heal your allies for 50%, their ammo's resupplied, etc, etc. So it just offers so much utility for your team. For the right, I just amplify that even more with a tactical shield, which obviously gives the ally 500 shield health, and the lock-on range is 2,000 meters compared to the supply droid's 950. So you can really help people from a long way away, providing that it's not breaking line of vision when you fire it. So that's what I really go for, the left and right auxiliary. Just to really amplify healing and keeping people alive. Good thing about tactical shields is that it's amazing for Empire players because obviously everyone apart from TIE Reaper don't have shields, so that is really useful for them. And for the Rebels, you can go a little bit further beyond 200% shields, and you can see, I'll mention it in the gameplay when I actually do heal someone as Rebels. For countermeasures, I've been really going between Seeker warheads and particle bursts, but I'm seeing a lot of interceptors and bombers use multi-barrage missiles that obviously Seeker warheads are just not good enough for, and usually I'm seeing a lot of people just firing so many concussion missiles and so on and so forth. So usually this is not enough for Seeker warheads, especially for Rebels, with the TIE Bomber being so strong right now. So particle burst is good because of the cooldown is super helpful compared to the 12 seconds on the Seeker warheads. 9 seconds just feels just about right. And obviously the only negative about it is your skill, you know, having to straighten up momentarily whilst those missiles come towards you, and it's usually just trying to build a visual map in your head of where that missile's coming and how you think it's angled to your ship and so on and so forth. So something to take note of there. Light hull is for what I go for hull, and compared to the standard hull, you do lose out on max health, which is quite significant. 20% is pretty big. So the reason I do that is because I just need that acceleration and maneuverability, especially when I'm trying to outmaneuver a bomber or a TIE fighter as I'm trying to desperately get to my frigates and so on and so forth. So yes, you do lose quite a bit in that sense, but I really think the trade-off is quite neat. You know, I actually really like it. But because we're going to light hull, I don't go anything else but the standard deflector shield. You can go with the one that increases max shields. Fortified deflector, I've actually kind of enjoyed quite a bit, and I might actually move over from standard shields to the standard deflector, mostly because when you're regenerating shields after the negative you have on shield regeneration, you actually regen more shields after the weight of shields coming back, etc. So I actually quite like it. Renaissance shield is good, but when you're running light hull, you become so squishy that there is no real counterplay, especially if you've got a TIE bomber using a rotary cannon or an interceptor just literally melting you down because you can't get your shields to the back in time because you melt too quickly. So yeah, not really a big fan of running this and light hull at the same time. If I'm running standard hull for some reason, then I actually quite like the resonance shield, especially allows me to be more offensive, and I do use it in some iron cannon builds, which I'll do in another video if you prefer these type of styles of videos, of course. Next up, I actually go Slam Engine. I think Slam Engine is just so strong compared to the standard. Yes, the standard is great, but I'm always finding myself not having boost when I'm in that mode. I'm usually overcharging my shields or overcharging my laser power to take down the raider. Slam Engines, you're not really trying to move around the map as fast as you can. You're probably going to be wanting to stay on your side of the map anyway, because you're not really going to be very effective on the enemy side unless you want to die. So I find this so great. So when you're rushing into when you see somebody in aid and they're just a little bit out of reach, you'll always have boost to just get there, heal them, and boost out again. So if you're not aware, Slam Engines builds up boost power even though you don't have max speed. So only if you have 2 points in boost speed, which is kind of standard, you know, when you're overcharging shields or laser fire, you're still building boost, and it's so good. I really recommend it. But anyway, that's exactly the same I run as Empire as well, especially with the tactical shield. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going through some games, and I'm actually going to narrate them as I play them. And if I miss out anything, I can just go through the video and quickly overlap any audio that I feel necessary. But with that, we're going to go right into a game. Alrighty, we're just about to jump into a game, and I just want to show you that my Empire loadout is exactly the same. So standard laser cannon, supply droid, tactical shield, particles, agile hull, standard deflector, and slam engines. Okie dokie. So we're doing Xavier Abyss. Not really my favorite map of all time. It's definitely the most interesting map, but for me, it's kind of annoying just purely because of the gas and so on and so forth. But anyway, first thing you want to do immediately is hold down your objective wheel and turn onto my squadron so you can cycle through your players, so on and so forth. And obviously you want to shield all of your teammates as fast as possible whilst putting your power into shields. So, I'm immediately going to start shielding everyone. Because it's super important. And then once I've got max shields, I'm just going to put it into speed, because I'm not really looking to fight at a time like this. It's really important not to die. So I'm going to wait until all of our teammates are in. I'm going to shield him, and I see he is starting to take a bit of damage, so I'm going to resupply him, and I start attacking the person that's on him and ping, because he's really not giving up. So managed to get him. And I've got somebody on my team, on me, so I'm going to double tap A and then press Y on the Xbox controller to ping my allies that this support ship is on me. Which he's still giving it a bit of a go, which is a bit odd, because you don't want to be doing that, because the light cruiser will get you. So here you can see there was a ding on the one of the circles there, like it was flashing. When you see that on your peripheral vision, that means they're taking actual hull damage and they need your help. So in this instance, it was Eagle Commander, and he's needing my help. So I'm going to get into a 900 range, go in, recharge him, get out. There we go. So you see those flashes. That means they're taking direct hull damage. There, it's just happening now. He's taking damage. Really important to note, when you see that, it probably means they're going to be low on health eventually. So something you take note of there. So I made previous videos about this. The negative about this is playing alone. Where you're really relying on your teammates that you don't know to play good, essentially. And that can be kind of discouraging that you don't have that control for each win, etc. But when you're in a team, it's super effective. Really, really effective. It's really, really great stuff. So use it as you will, but I only really use this build when I'm with friends. I don't really play it alone like I'm doing right now. But anyway. This guy's getting firepower, so I'm going to fire on this guy. Get him on a 2v1. He's really trying to chase that guy down, and he's just got one more. Come on, got him. So, that was unfortunate. He was on 1 HP. If I was able to kill him, then I'd have been able to heal my friend and get out of there as well. I didn't put my shields to back because I didn't know if he was behind me or on the side. So at that point, I was just like, I don't know where to put my shields. But at that situation, it should have been back. But anyway, so we're on the defense now. So one thing I want to do as soon as I come out is you want to go charge your shields, as always. That's the most important thing. The reason you want to do that is because it has the slowest decay out of all of them. So you'll have overcharged shields for much longer than anything else. So here we've got friends that need some help. I'm coming in to try and help him. Ooh, just in time. So, yeah, there we go. We've got our Corvette here. So I was actually putting some power into lasers for this. So I'm just going to target the Corvette and just fire on it, take it down its shields, and then try and take down its turrets that you see right there on the top. But yeah, so shields are down. I'm going to go ahead and try and take out those cannons. There we go. There's one down. Tried to shield, but I accidentally did it right in front of the CR90. Not good. So I'm going to pull away a bit, and I've got missiles locking on me, so I want to be careful of that. Probably want to boost away. So yeah, when you're using slam engines, you are very slow, but it's not a problem per se, because I'm in the back lines here, and if I really need to go away, I've got full boost to get away anyway, you know. Here I've got a support here, so I want to actually take him down. So I'm leading my shots here. As you see, I'm actually not pointing on him. I'm leading my shots. When that thing turns red, that means you're actually going to hit. And you're only going to be able to hit by leading your shots based on the distance of where that player is. So I could tell he was about 700 meters away. And you know, I was able to adjust my my reticle to reflect that. So we've got somebody low, but he is way too deep. If I was to boost in there right now, I would die, because he was sacrificing himself for the power gen or power systems, etc. And yeah, alrighty. Gonna resupply Kim because I see she was taking on firepower before I threw it. But unfortunately, I don't think that's going to be enough, because we've got a bomber here. It's causing a bit of havoc. Gonna fire on it, give it a bit of heat, follow along with it, shield while I'm doing it, and there we go. So, yeah, they're not doing too bad, you know. It's not a bad game. I think my teammates are doing pretty well. Like I said, that is the risk. You are relying on these guys doing their job and not, you know, just losing morale left, right, and center. Because otherwise you are inevitably just, you know, you're inevitably delaying the inevitable if they're bad. So I've got this guy on me. I'm going to put shields to back, double tap A, and then press Y to ping, so people know that this person's firing on me. I don't want that. I want them to take him down. And then once I see somebody going in to take the kill, I'm going to follow up and try and put it at 2v1. But he is definitely out there. I'm not going to be able to get to him. Okay, good. See, this guy's just iron cannons. So I'm actually going to ping him and fire on him. So, lead my shots. And there we go. That's how you take down X-Wings. I make it look easy, but it is not as easy as it looks. So I'm actually going to focus on the CR90 and put my shields to back and counter that missile. And I'm going to have to get out of here because I'm just too low. And I don't want to take the risk of dying, because then I can't help my teammates. And that Corvette's pretty low, so I think they're going to be just fine. I'm actually going to go and resupply here now. Want to build up some of my boosts. This guy's taking hull damage for some... Oh, he's up in the clouds, that's why. So, as you can see, I was able to notice that because of the flashing. So, another example there. I saw the flashing. I see 2 flashes here, which means 2 people are taking extreme hull damage. Ali G's a little bit too deep, and so is this support, so we're going to definitely follow up on the support first. I'm going to go to half speed for faster turns, and he just crashes. So, that's fine. That works for me. By the way, when you're boosting, you don't have to put power to speed. You can put it to something else, and I put it into shield, so I'm healing while I'm blasting away. So, something to take note of there. So, when somebody fires a missile on you, you can double tap A to find who that person's fired a missile on you before you take damage from them. So, I was able to identify that person that was firing missiles at me. So countermeasure again, keeping a straight line as I'm boosting away. He's tried to chase me, and then he's had to pull away because my allies saw he went a bit deep and decided to go for him. LEG's doing alright. He's not taking any damage. He's actually firing upon the Y-Wing here that's trying to come in for a run. Took him out. LEG definitely needs my help. So I targeted what was right in front of me instead of cycling through my squadron. Because that was much quicker to target him that way rather than cycle through. So I'm going to go resupply him again. Keep him alive. I am getting pretty low. So I do want to pull even further back. And especially when I've got no more boost. This Y-Wing's coming in. Giving it the big all. So I'm going to lead my shots as I get closer. Countermeasures to counter it. Half speed to sharp turn. Reallocate my shot. And then fire. And then put shields to back because I've got people on the back of me. I shouldn't have shielded, but... Hey, ooh, that is not going to be enough. That's fine. Right, so we got a support that was insanely deep here, which I don't know why. That is not a great position to be as a support. So, just trying to get him. There we go. And then cycle through, get a good idea of who needs my help. Ali G is going to get a shield because he's a high-performing player right now. So don't be afraid to prioritize higher-tier players because they'll probably get the most out of your heals than other players. But you're trying to win the game here, you know. Right, we've got this interceptor trying to fire on my bomber there, so I wanted to help him. There we go. No worries, my man. I'm here to help. Alrighty. And when the MC75 is this low, we're more than welcome to just charge in and finish the job, you know. I'm going to shield LEG, but I'm just going to go in there and just... There we go. Done. Not a bad game, I got to say, guys. That was actually pretty good. And we'll see the final scores in a second. I think it's exactly what it was when I was checking it last time, but... That is me playing the loadout that I mentioned in the previous video, and putting into action, really. So we got into second place there with 37,000 points, or 3,700, sorry. Yeah, there you go. So that is, in a nutshell, how to play the nimble utility support. You play very defensive. You don't really go into enemy lines, and the only times I did really die was when I was in enemy lines. There was one time I died where somebody chased me all the way to the frigates to kill me, but he died as well. And that's not worth it for him when he's on attack. So it actually worked out better for me in that sense. But anyway, that being said, that's how you play the nimble support. I hope that has been helpful. I hope that you've learned something from it. I didn't do a lot of maneuverabilities in this match, unfortunately. Zabian Biss doesn't allow you to do that as much. But hopefully in another video where I go through the Iron Torpedo loadout, I'll be able to show you some maneuverability because you are being a bit more offensive there. So we'll have to wait and see. But other than that, guys, let me know what you think of these type of videos. Do you prefer more hands-on gameplay compared to more informative content that goes over the topics but doesn't actually necessarily show them? Let me know if you want more of this, more of the informative content, or a little bit of in between. Love to hear your thoughts on that. So that's definitely your question of the day if you like this type of content. And of course, guys, we are literally days away from our Patreon wrapping up for November rewards. So if you want things like newsletters, like extra videos that will never be live on YouTube, playing Squadrons with us here and there, or getting really bespoke EcksToo avatar designs that look absolutely amazing from a professional artist, definitely donate now, and it really helps support the channel, and it will get those rewards to you in November. But I'm going to wrap it up here. Thanks again, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.